Hi everyone, my name is Jaleesa. This is Green Mable, where we talk about all lovely things called plants. If this is your first time here, welcome and be sure to subscribe. In this video, I will give you a tour of my entire plant collection, which encompasses close to 100 plants. The way that I have the plants arranged in my home is according to their needs. So I have low light areas, highlight areas, and I have plants that are outdoor. So if you are looking for inspiration, you need help with how or where to place your plants, then this tour will give you some ideas on how to style your plants in your home. So if you're ready to see the tour, go ahead and click that like button and let's get to the tour. All right, so we're going to start here in my kitchen. First, I'm going to go through each plant, and then after I go through each plant, I'm going to show you the aerial view of how they all look, so that way you can have an idea of the design concept that I have right here. So let's go see what we got. Why does this day have to be cloudy? I've tried to record this tour like 3 times, and every day that I've tried to record it, it's been cloudy. First plant up. Here is the Cebu Blue Pothos. I've had this plant for about 6 months. I love how this plant looks. Look at these bright green silvery leaves. They're elongated. It's a pothos. It's super easy to take care of. It tolerates low light. You can place it in low, medium, and highlight. So I have it right here. This is a western window. This plant gets good streams of sunlight every day and it loves it. It's so beautiful. I just love the Cebu Blue Pothos. I need to do a video on this plant alone. Next up, we got the Hoya. This is Hoya carnosa compacta, and specifically this is the Crimson Princess. It's called a Crimson Princess because you can see these little bright parts of the leaves. Well, not of the leaves. You can see the stem is kind of red. Like, look at that. It's gorgeous, right? Speaking of Hoyas, next up we have the Hoya Hindu rope. Look at these curly, adorable leaves. Isn't this cute? This rope is like, this plant is like a necklace. Like, you could wear this. I don't think that'll work, right? This Monstera deliciosa. Look at this Monstera. This Monstera has grown so much in the time that I've had it. It's put out so many new leaves. So most of the new leaves that I've gotten have been in the growing season. I didn't really get any new leaves during the winter time, but this is a new leaf that came out during the spring. It does not have fenestrations. The other new leaf does not either, but some of the other mature leaves do. So the more leaves this plant puts out, the more fenestrations it will get, I do believe. So I am looking forward. You can see this new leaf right here is coming up. So I hope it's fenestrated, because that is what makes this plant so unique, so special. It is super easy to take care of, and I love it. Here is a super small heartleaf philodendron. I got this plant when I saw this plant at the nursery. I immediately thought of Plantarina and her massive philodendron vines video. And so when I saw this plant, I instantly thought of her. I had to get it. I was like, wow, this is that philodendron that she was talking about in that video. Here's the oldest child right here. This is the Sansevieria moonshine. Wow, wow, wow. I have had this plant for 5 years and I still can't take my eyes off of its beauty. If you have not seen the video that I did all about this plant, you want to be sure to go and watch that video, because I delve all into this plant right here. All right, so here is the Kimberly Queen fern. This is a 6-inch fern. I got this plant small so that I could watch it grow. So it's done really well. It likes humidity, it likes moist soil. So I try to make sure that I keep those two things going with this plant. Here's the Dieffenbachia tiki. You can see the beautiful variegation on those leaves. Look at those leaves. Those are just stunning, 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 stunning. So here I have this string of bananas. Here is this super adorable string of bananas. I just love this one. This one is a recent buy. I purchased this one at the beginning of last month, I believe. I was actually looking for a string of dolphins, but since this one is pretty close to it, I decided to go ahead and get this one since I couldn't find the other one. Here is a curly jade, which is super adorable. I typically don't see this plant by itself, so when I saw it by itself at a grocery store, I was like, yes, you have to come home with me. Here is a Schefflera. I bought it when it was 4 inches. I potted it up to a 6-inch pot. I placed it outside for a little bit when the weather first got warm, and it is so beautiful. I am so excited to see this plant grow and become more mature into a bigger umbrella plant and eventually an umbrella tree. And then here is the Scindapsus exotica. I have been intrigued by this plant for quite some time now. This is a new leaf that recently came out. It makes a great hanging basket. It's so small right now, it's not even worth it to try to make one, but eventually it will be. Eventually. This wraps up the kitchen area. Now I'm going to show you how it looks from a standing view. What happened to all the plants that were in here? So if you saw our previous tour during the winter season, you remember that this room was filled with plants. There were plants everywhere. And my whole tour was pretty much this room. During the fall and winter, this room was filled with plants because a lot more light came into this room. Now that it's spring and summer, this room does not get a whole lot of light anymore because the sun goes over the house instead of down that way. So the direction of the sun changed with the daylight. The direction of the sun changed with daylight savings time. That's like during the spring and summer. Well, now that it is spring and we're going into summer, the direction of the sun has changed. So this south facing room no longer gets the optimal amount of light that it got during the winter. So I've had to adjust this room, adjust plants, move them to different rooms and outside. So now I'm going to show you the plants that are left in here. Here is the Aglaonema red siam. It's a type of Chinese evergreen. Look at these gorgeous pink stems. You can see the beautiful leaves, the pattern, the variegation. I just love this plant. It's so beautiful. It does extremely well. It's so low maintenance. It's definitely a great plant for beginners. I love everything about this plant. Here is my Dieffenbachia Camille. And I've had this one just as long as I've had the Sansevieria Moonshine. So this one I've had for 5 years as well. This is Sprite, the neon pothos. Yes, look how beautiful he is. I just love him. It's so adorable. Here is my cast iron plant. Here is the Aglaonema Chinese Evergreen Silver Bay. I need to do some pruning, so forgot to get this one ready for the video. Oh my. And then I have this little Janet Craig Dracaena compacta. Peace lily, peace lily, peace lily. This is the Spathiphyllum peace lily. I don't know why it looks so down. Why don't you look more perky? Why don't you have any flowers? It won't tell me. I don't know. It's happy. It's healthy. It's a plant. And it's easy. But every now and then it'll get thirsty. And when a peace lily is thirsty, it'll definitely tell you. It'll be like, water me, water me. All right, so here is my curly leaf ivy. We're out here in the back. Here is my Calathea white fusion. Look at that. Isn't that cute? I just love this little plant. It almost died on me. I'm really glad it came back to life. Maybe it'll last longer. That leaf should go soon. Here is my Stromanthe sanguea. This one I love so much. I love the purple underneath. It's super cute. I can't wait till it graduates and becomes a bigger plant. Here is another Calathea. I forget what this one is called, but that one's one of my newer ones. Let's see what we got down here at the bottom. Okay, here is my Calathea rhubarba. There we go. This plant just won't die on me, and it keeps coming back. New leaves. I'm happy. Here's the Calathea medallion to the right of it. Love the pattern on this plant. This is a humidity lover. This is my humidity lovers corner. All these Calatheas are loving this Gulf Coast humidity. They're just enjoying it, embracing it, and they're really happy outside. Very happy. Here is the Calathea exotica. You may remember that one from a throwback video. It's had some better days, but now that it's outside, it really should be a lot better. So hopefully this plant will start improving. Here is the Stromathe Trial Star. Look at these leaves. I'm really excited because you see those two little stems right there with new leaves? I'm really excited about that because this plant is regrowing itself. And hopefully once these older leaves kind of start shredding off, the newer leaves are going to pretty much replace the plant. And what I'll most likely do is separate this plant from the mother plant. Here is my adorable little peperomia with the red underneath. This one is one of my new babes. I thought it was so adorable. I love the exotic look of this plant, and it fits really well here with my outdoor collection. And I had to take back a step and look at the Trial Star again. But here is the Hoya Hindu rope, which I absolutely love. This is also one of my newer plants. I've had it less than a few months now, and it likes highlight, so I have it out here outside. And right here behind me is the morning light. But let's go ahead and look at these little succulents. I have some echeveria, a string of tears, and then I also have a donkey's tail succulent. Yeah, this is my little succulent corner. These are my little babes. I don't have any issues with them. They're pretty easy to care for. I do like nothing with these plants. This one's growing back some. Look at that. This little aloe, I forget, some kind of aloe variety. And then there's the ZZ plant, Zamiculus zamifolia, in the back. So let's go up here and look at some other plants that we have. Let's see. Let's turn this thing around. Beautiful morning sun coming out behind me. There is the aerial view, more of the plants. Here is my lovely and large fiddly fig. It's growing back very beautifully. It's loving the morning sun. You can look at the leaves and see that there's new leaves growing. I'm looking forward to the day that this is a tree and that it's taller than me. I've lost some leaves around the trunk area down to the bottom, but hopefully that will, hopefully the plant will start growing back better. I don't know if I can get leaves to grow back in these bare spots, but at least they will grow out from the top. And it definitely likes the outdoor better. So I'm really happy that my fiddly fig is out here and doing a lot better. It's really kind of tricky for me to get the watering right with this plant. So the more I learn and grow with this plant, I'm going to understand it better, and then I'll make a fiddly fig video. I don't want to make a video about it just yet, not until I really have a better understanding of this plant. Because even though I've had plants for a long time, I haven't had this plant for a long time. So I just want to make sure that I get this care down before I give you guys some of the best tips that I can give you for them. But one of the best tips that I can give you starting out is that this plant will for sure do better outside. No question about it. And look, it comes like a little bit below my shoulder right now, But yeah, so there we go. Here is the white bird of paradise, the Strelitzia nicolai. This is one of two. This plant has really taken off since being outdoor because it's an outdoor lover. These plants grow much better out there. So the morning sun is really, it's really baking the plant, and it's going to encourage a lot of new growth. You can see there's a new stem popping up right there. So I'm going to try to go over here so you guys can see it a little bit better. But if you have a bird of paradise, then you know that these new leaves take forever to unfurl. They take forever. So I know I did a time lapse one time of one of my bird of paradise, and it took like a whole month almost for that leaf to open, and that was indoor. All right, so here we are at the ficuses. Here is my little Ficus Ruby. I really wish that I had been able to find one with 2 stems, but I couldn't. But here is the Ficus Burgundy, which has 2 stems, and I'm happy with. So who knows? Maybe that'll change with the Ruby. Maybe not. I don't know what makes ficuses start branching off, really. But I'm going to find out and share that with you. Let's go over here. Here is my other white bird of paradise. Here is my Philodendron Rojo Congo. It's seen some better days. I recently pruned it, so it's going to grow back. It's going to grow back really beautifully, and I'm looking forward to it because this plant looks kind of bare right now. But lo and behold, it will grow back, and I can't wait to show you guys. Here's a Philodendron Prince of Orange. I don't know why that one really hasn't grown that much, but here is my Philodendron Silver Sword, which I adore. These are my Sansevieria Bird's Nest and Sansevieria Night Owl to the right. There is my Dieffenbachia Memorial Casei, which I forget to water a lot, as you can tell. Here is the, what is this? This is a cordyline. This is a cordyline fritosa, and it makes a beautiful patio plant. Here is the giant Spathiphyllum Peace Lily. You can see the edge is browning a little bit. Forgot to water it during the winter some. It suffered a little bit, but it is really happy outdoor. It's a humidity lover, so it should, oh, there's a flower. There's a flower, and there's a new leaf kind of trying to stick out right there. Here is an Aglaonema. Forget the name of this one, but yeah. Here is my Aloe Vera King succulent, featured in many of my videos. The super charmer. Loves it out here. Does a lot better outside. If you're ever in doubt with what to do about your aloe vera, place it outside. If it starts browning, oh, look, there's some new leaves. Huh. Okay, so if it starts browning a little bit, then that means it's thirsty and you may need to pull it back from the sun. But otherwise, this is an outdoor lover. All plants are outdoor lovers, really. We just make them accommodate for our home. Here is a star aloe. I thought that these little pink edges were really cute, so that's why I had to get it and put it next to its big cousin. Here's my Croton Queen. My Croton Queen. I call it Queen. This is a Croton, yes, my dear baby that I've had for 5 years. Look at him. Her. Queen. King. I don't know. Whatever you want to be, Croton, that's what you are. This one, I did have some trouble watering it during the winter. That's why these dry patches are there. And it also fell and the branch broke off a little bit. But it's growing back. Here is the Sansevieria Laurenti. Here is a Ficus nakey. Look at the new leaf. Shout out to the new leaf coming up. Go ahead then. It's got 2 stems, 1 large stem and 1 little baby, small stem. Like that, like that. Let's see, what else do we have here? Here is the very tiny version of the ponytail palm. Why I got a small one, I don't know. Here is the frizzle sizzle that has flowered and done exceptionally well this spring. And there is the Schefflera back there photobombing to the back right. Look at this. I love how many flowers and how beautiful this frizzle sizzle has turned out. I mean, it has really just blossomed this year, and I am excited about its growth. I don't know how much bigger this plant will get, but I do know that the more light it gets, the more the leaves curl up as it gets larger and mature. So here is the large, very adorable and bushy orange bird of paradise. All right, so that wraps up this tour. I hope that you all enjoyed it. If you are not already subscribed, be sure to subscribe to this channel. This has been Jaleesa with Green Mable. I will see you in the next video. And if you have not already watched any of the other videos, be sure to watch my other videos on this channel. Thanks for watching. Bye now.